Okay, so we are on seventh canto, the Science of God, chapter 5. Prahlad Maharaj, the saintly son of Hiranyakashipu, verse 17. Okay, so the background is that Prahlad has been sent back to school after Hiranyakashipu warned the teacher Sandayanamarka that make sure no Vaishnavas come in disguise and teach my son all this Krishna consciousness. So they took him back to school and they tried to pacify him and try to find out where did Prahlad learn everything from. And Prahlad did not answer exactly where he learned from, but he said, it is by his will my consciousness has been changed and I am irresistibly attracted to Vishnu, just like iron is attracted to a magnet. My consciousness is irresistibly attracted to Vishnu, and they became very angry. Shandayana Marka became very angry and they brought a stick to. He's only 5 years old, Prahlad, so they brought a stick to threaten him, and that's where we are. So they are saying further. This verse is spoken by Shandayana Marka. Dete Chandana Vane Jato Yam Kantaka Dhrumaha Yanmulonmula Parashur Vishnur Nalaito Rabhakaha. This rascal Prahlad has appeared like a thorn tree in a forest of sandalwood. So they are thinking their dynasty of demons is like sandalwood. And this is like, Prahlad is like a thorn tree. To cut down sandalwood trees, an axe is needed. And the wood of the thorn tree is very suitable for the handle of such an axe. So Prahlad will destroy our whole dynasty because in this sandalwood forest there is one thorn tree whose wood can be used to make an axe, and this axe can be used to cut all the sandalwood trees. So that is the analogy they are giving, that Prahlad is going to be the thorn tree uh, in our dynasty of sandalwood. We are all demons. We are all very fragrant like sandalwood. But this Prahlad will cause us, cause our demise, just like as all sandalwood trees are cut by the axe. Lord Vishnu is the axe for cutting down the sandalwood forest of the family of demons, and Prahlad is the handle for that axe. So in the axe you have the handle and you have the metal piece. So Vishnu is the metal piece and the handle is Prahlad. So this will cut down our whole dynasty of demons. Thorn trees generally grow in deserted places, not in sandalwood forests. But the seminal Brahmana Shandai Namarka compared the dynasty of Daitya, Hiranyakashipu, to a sandalwood forest and compared Prahlad Maharaj to a hard, strong thorn tree that could provide the handle of an axe. To make the handle of an axe, you need wood. That wood will come from this thorn tree. Prahlad, Prahlad is the thorn tree. So one devotee can change the whole world, actually. Everybody can be rebellious, but if there is one pure devotee, then that's one pure devotee can, like Srila Prabhupada, he changed so many lives. And he's changing so many lives still by his books. Right? So one pure devotee is so powerful because he carries the potency of Krishna. So where Krishna is there, I mean, impossible things can happen, inconceivable things can happen, because Krishna has inconceivable power, and the pure devotee becomes empowered by the Lord. Because of his surrender to Krishna, Krishna has empowered him, and amazing things can happen. So they compared Lord Vishnu to the axe itself. An axe alone cannot cut a thorn tree. You have the metal, but you don't have the handle. You can't cut the thorn tree. You need a handle also. An axe alone cannot cut a thorn tree. It needs a handle, which may be made of the wood of a thorn tree. Thus, the thorn tree of demonic civilization can be cut to pieces by the axe of Vishnu Bhakti. Of course, they are saying in that we are in the sandalwood. Prabhupada is saying, yeah, this is a thorn tree. They can be thorn tree of demonic civilization can be cut to pieces by the axe of Vishnu Bhakti, devotional service to Lord Krishna. So thorn means all the thorns are very unpleasant. Like when you walk, they prick you like that, and so you have to remove thorns. So thorns are also obstacles on the path of bhakti. We have so many thorns in our heart, which are obstacles on the path of bhakti, and they cause us misery also. These thorns: lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion. They have disguised themselves as friends, but they are actually thorns, and they need to be removed. And Krishna consciousness can remove all the thorns in our heart. So, by the acts of Vishnu Bhakti, devotional service to Lord Krishna. Thorns are also, you can say, those things that act as an obstacle to your happiness. Sometimes, when you want happiness and somebody is acting, they say, we have to remove the thorns. He's like a thorn. So we have to remove him or her, whatever. So our actual happiness, which never ends, which is always we can be happy. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, right, that you can attain a state of boundless joy, happiness, always happy all the time, and it increases. And having achieved this happiness, one never departs from the truth and is not disturbed even in the midst of the greatest difficulty. So we want to come to a
यम
very,
लब
huh?
यम
Yes.
लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं मन्यते मन्यते नाधिकं तथा यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते.
Yes. So Krishna is saying we can attain a very happy, always joyful state. But this anarthas, this all our material desires are like a thorn in attaining happiness, unlimited happiness. Like actually, if you become Krishna conscious, we can be so happy, fully Krishna conscious. We can be so happy, and that's the goal of life. Everything we are doing is to become happy. But we have the wrong conception that I can become happy in some other way than becoming Krishna conscious. So, so that's why we are struggling in this world because we have wrong conceptions, by which we cannot become happy. In some other way, we cannot become happy. But we are thinking that I can become, and that is, Sanat Kumar says, that's the greatest obstacle to spiritual realization, to think that some other things are going to give me more happiness than surrendering to Krishna, than devotional service. That's the greatest obstacle. So but how do we remove that? Of course, theory doesn't work. Just theory, no. We have to experience. So if you chant nicely, if you serve nicely in the right consciousness, then happiness will, you can get a glimpse of the happiness. You can feel very happy. If you do devotional service in a selfless mood of service to Krishna and you feel some pleasure from it, then you know, yes, this is very nice. So we have to get experience. Then when we get experience, then we we hanker for that happiness. So and then we do more activities of spiritual life. And as we do more activities and we get higher happiness, higher taste, then lower taste, we don't, we don't, uh, hanker for the lower taste. Like if you get nice prasadam, why would you want to eat meat? Right? Devotees get nice prasadam. Then those who are addicted to lower taste of eating meat, when they eat prasadam, and after after some time, they are feeling so nice with this. So everything, happiness of sense gratification also can become like that. This is very paltry. This is very insignificant compared to the happiness I can get in Krishna consciousness. Why should I settle for something less and something which is always, it's also miserable? It also gives misery. And to get that happiness, you have to struggle so much. Why should I settle for that? So, so the yogis, they enjoy unlimited bliss. So we are meant to enjoy unlimited bliss. And there's a different way to get that happiness, and that is through surrendering to Krishna. So all the devotees, they are feeling so happy, right? All of you in devotional service, you're feeling so happy that every day you are chanting, every day you are, yeah, serving Krishna. So, thus the thorn tree of demonic civilization can be cut to pieces by the acts of Vishnu Bhakti, devotional service to Lord Krishna. Some of the members of the demonic civilization, like Prahlad Maharaj, may become the handle for the axe to assist Lord Vishnu, and thus the entire forest of demonic civilization can be cut to pieces. So, I mean, to stop crime, to stop enviousness, if Krishna consciousness spreads, Prahlad Maharaj says, if, as Krishna consciousness spreads and everybody will become Krishna conscious and everybody will take up devotional service, then they will become less envious of each other. Now there is a war going on, right? US has attacked Iran, US and Israel, and so many people are killed. Yesterday I was just looking at it. So 150 girls died. They bombed some place and 150 girls died in some school, girls' school. So, so all these things are happening, all these wars, and the the misery a man inflicts on another man. I mean, man means woman also. A human being inflicts on other human beings is very severe. I mean, the the way, because of all our uh, desires for dominance, right? And everybody has different ideology, and your ideology is not in tune with my ideology, and there is fighting going on, and so many people are dying and like that. So all this can be stopped if everybody accepts that we all, God is the enjoyer, and we are all meant to serve God. So if we come to God consciousness, then the world will become very happy place. So that's why Krishna consciousness should be spread. And as the chanting of the holy name spreads, then all good fortune, like we say in the Shikshashtakam, it spreads the Shreya Kairava Chandrika. It's the moonlight that spreads the auspiciousness, good fortune. It opens up this Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. So all good fortune will come as Krishna consciousness will spread and everybody will become Krishna conscious. So then people will think of each other's welfare. So we will be thinking not only of human beings, even animals. Animals, how we can help. We'll be kind to animals. We'll take care of the animals, like cows, protection, and all these things. So all sinful activities will stop, and then wars will also stop. All these sinful activities are resulting in violence, because we are doing violence to animals on an unprecedented scale, right? I mean, everywhere they are eating meat, even in Iran, in US, everybody, most of the people are eating meat. So you are causing violence to animals. So violence is coming back, in return. When you do violence to others, then violence will come back to you. So that is why Prabhupada says there are wars happening and all these things. So there's a prediction that Lord Chaitanya's movement will spread in every town and village. There's a prediction like that, right? So we can become an instrument. We can do all.
पृथ्वीते आचे
पृथ्वीते आचयतुन.
पृथ्वीते आचे यदि नगर आदि ग्राम सर्वत्र प्रचार होइबे मोर.
Yeah. So it is going to happen with or without us. It's going to spread. So we can become an instrument and get some credit. So we should try our bit. And even if it is very tiny, that's okay. The squirrel also helped in making the bridge. So Lord Ram recognized. So we have to do our tiny bit to give Krishna consciousness to others, whatever we can. In our small way, we cannot be like Prabhupada did in a big way. We are not that. But we can, as small, we can do, starting with our family and friends, stuff like that. And then other people. So, okay. So that is what Prabhupada is saying. When all demonic civilization can be cut to pieces by the acts of Vishnu Bhakti.
So, like you were saying, one pure devotee can change the whole world. So, Premanand Maharaj mentions this quite often. Satarati satarati so lokanu taryati. And this thing is coming from Bhakti, Narad Bhakti Sutra, verse 50. One pure devotee can deliver the rest of the world. This person is delivered and he also delivers the rest of the world. Like Bhagavatam says, a pure devotee is like Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani. They're walking place of pilgrimage. Just coming in contact with a pure, like pure devotees, like bathing in the Ganges or Yamuna. It's purifying. Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarv Siddhi Hoye. So they're benefiting themselves and they're benefiting others. What can be more auspicious than becoming a pure devotee? Benefit everybody.
Correct. So when a pure devotee touches somebody, that person becomes a pure devotee. And that person may touch somebody else, they become pure devotees. So it becomes like...
That happened in the washerman case in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Leela.
Yeah.
That washerman, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying, chant Krishna, Krishna. He chanted and he became mad, and anybody who touched him, I think, became mad. And the whole village ultimately started chanting Krishna, Krishna.
Preeti wanted to say something.
Yeah, in this purport, he says that Lord Vishnu is compared to the axe, and axe alone cannot cut a thorn tree. It needs a handle, right?
Yeah.
And handle is Prahlad Maharaj. So it says that devotion is Lord Vishnu, and handle is Bhakta. We say that bhakti comes from Bhakta. So axe alone cannot, it says that Lord Vishnu cannot give itself. So it needs a handle. So without pure devotee, one cannot start their bhakti.
Yes. Sometimes they say Krishna can do it, but he wants his devotees to take credit, get credit. So that's why Prabhupada also said, Lord Chaitanya is powerful. He can spread the Krishna consciousness movement, but he reserved the credit for me. In a humble way, he was saying. So...
Same thing. Krishna could have fought the war of Kurukshetra, but he wanted to give fame to Arjuna.
Yes. So in the Bhagavad Gita, it says, yes, you get up and fight. What is that verse? Nimitta matra bhavasavya sachin. They've already been put to death by my arrangement. And you get up and fight. Tasmat It's the Uttishta Jagrata. There's a verse like that. So they're already 11:33. Tasmat pamuttishta yasholabhasva.
जित्वा शत्रुं पुङ्क्ष्वा राज्यं
So,
समृद्धं मायेव ते निहता पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्.
Mayeva vete means it is like, okay, saying, by my arrangement, nihata, they have already been put to death, already killed. So you just become an instrument and attain fame, yasha. Arjun, you attain fame, yasha, and conquer your enemies and enjoy the flourishing kingdom. Okay.
Same thing. I mean, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he to the Goswamis, right? He gave the instruction: Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem Seva Pravartan, Lupta Tirthodhar or Vairagya Shikshan. Go to Vrindavan Dham and establish temples there, excavate the holy places, write books, take sannyas. And he told Sanatana Goswami, your body is my property, and because you have surrendered to me, I will use your body for my purpose. So, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only gives Shakti. Krishna Shakti vina nahi tara pravartan. To all those who are surrendered, Krishna gives empowerment.
Yes. So how nice, like if we can become instruments of the Supreme Lord Srila Prabhupada. So we should consider ourselves as instruments, servants of Sri Srila Prabhupada, and how nice it is that we can do something for him. So okay. All right. So anything else on this purport? Not in a month. Yeah. Thorn trees don't grow in sandalwood forest. Prabhupada is saying generally they grow in deserted places like maybe desert cactus and all this. They don't grow in sandalwood forest. So, but they compared the dynasty of Hiranyakashipu to a sandalwood forest. Okay.
But in the purport, Prabhupada is comparing the demonic civilization as thorns. Opposite.
Correct.
They're saying, Prahlad, you are a thorn. Actually, the demons are the thorn.
Yeah, Shandai Namarka thinking, they're thinking we are like sandalwood and Prahlad is like thorn. And of course, Prabhupada being devotee, he thinks otherwise. So, again, whatever we think, whatever a materialist thinks and whatever a devotee thinks is completely different. So, there is a lecture by Prabhupada. Who is crazy? Yeah, they are thinking we are crazy. Devotees are crazy. I'm not devotee, but I'm just saying that, yeah, the materialist people thinking, oh, these devotees are crazy. And the devotees are thinking these materialistic people are crazy. Who is crazy? So, why materialist thinks devotees are crazy? Because they think, what is this? Or they're rising early in the morning and not enjoying life and missing out on all the pleasures of life. And we are doing so many things, partying and you know doing so many eating in restaurants and eating non-vegetarian food. These devotees are missing out on the pleasure of eating meat, right? They think like that. So they're crazy. And the devotees are thinking these materialistic people are crazy. They are doing all sinful activities. They think they are enjoying, but all these sinful activities is going to give them suffering. They are crazy. They don't know. They're in the cycle of birth and death. They are just so attached to sense gratification. So they are thinking like that. The devotees are thinking like that. So everybody is thinking according to their own consciousness. Everybody is thinking, and that is why It's very difficult in Kali Yuga because everybody thinks their own in their own way what they think is right. So we are not thinking what Krishna is telling is right. We are thinking I know it better. So that is why we are all in the material world. So submission means I don't know. I don't know. I have tried to enjoy in so many ways, but it has not satisfied, and it is giving me struggle, and I'm going to die again and again, going to go into another mother's womb. This has not yielded any solution. I've done this for so many lifetimes. Of course, we don't remember. So people say, how do you know? Well, Shastra is saying actually, and we had a previous life. It is not whether you call yourself Christian or Hindu or whatever. Everybody reincarnates. The soul is going from one body to another is true for everybody. So Bhagavad Gita is a universal book. In Christianity, they don't accept reincarnation, but that's not correct because Bible has been changed and reincarnation was removed. But it's a universal law, right? I mean, we go to our next life based on our karma and our desires like that. So we are going through so many difficulties, and those who know the bigger picture, they can see, yes, this is not very nice. So they drop aside everything else to make a solution to the problems of life. They drop everything else. All the other things are not. The main problem is birth, death, old age, disease, right? And we have turned away from Krishna. So they focus on that problem. Otherwise, we try to make our situation comfortable in this material world, and in this way we have to do so many things. Of course, we have to work, but yeah, only little bit to maintain the body. Uh, the more you bigger you get, the more you have to work harder to maintain it also. Unless you are born in a rich family or you have a lot of money. But generally, the more you expand in this material world, then the more you have to work to maintain it. And then that working may take away your time from from directly like doing devotional activities, and you get busy solving all the problems, other small problems, and in this way life ends, and the problems never get solved. Life ends, and then you have to repeat the whole thing again. So if you see, so those who are intelligent, they can see this, that this is not going anywhere. All these things are not going anywhere because it is a dead end, right? It ends at death. Everything ends at death. It's like a train running on two tracks at full speed, but at some point the tracks are not there. So while you are enjoying in the train, like when it's moving, but somebody tells you, oh, this train is nice, nicely moving, but it is going at full speed. But after like 100 miles, there is no tracks. The train is going to derail. So then, would you be enjoying in that train? No. You'll be thinking, what is going to happen after 100 miles? The train is going to derail. So as we fast forward time, what is going to happen? Old age, disease, death, all this is going to come. So right, but then we forget that because to enjoy you have to forget, you have to be in illusion, you have to forget the actual situation. And like the goats who are giving grass, they cannot remember that they're going to be slaughtered because they can't enjoy the grass at that time. So you have to forget all the things about the bigger picture of life. So now you can become you think I'm enjoying now. So that is our situation, right? In the Maya, the illusion. So that's why to always remember second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र नमूयति. And who are we? What is this world? How we are transmigrating, and everything is, yeah. So second chapter, if you remember Bhagavad Gita, that's our life can be perfect. Okay. So next verse. Iditam vividhopayer vishayams tarjanadibhi praradam grahayam asa trivargasyo papadanam. And because the highest thing is to think of Krishna, when we are thinking of other things, then it takes us away from thinking of Krishna. When we are busy solving so many problems, all these things, and trying to make our material situation better, and our mind is engrossed in so many things, it takes away our mind away from self realization, from hearing, remembering Krishna's message. Remembering Krishna also means remembering Krishna's words, his instructions, especially in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna, when he was feeling after Krishna departed, he was feeling very, very anxious and very sorrowful. Then what happened? He remembered the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. So, Bhagavad Gita is such an important book to remember. This book can give us all perfection, Bhagavad Gita. If we, it's very instructive book, right? Very instructive. So, okay. Shandai Namarka, the teachers of Prahlad Maharaj, chastised and threatened their disciple in various ways and began teaching him about the paths of religion, economic development, and sense gratification. This is the way they educated him. So there maybe again, they chastised and again started teaching. So the disciple is Prahlad. So sometimes, chastisement, then maybe the young boy or young girl will learn if you chastise. So they thought he's a young boy, we should now again teach him after chastising. Maybe he'll now pay more attention out of fear. In this verse, the words praradam, grahaya, asa are important. The word grahayam, asa literally mean that they tried to induce Prahlad Maharaj to accept the paths of dharma, artha and kama. Religion, economic development and sense gratification. Of course, I don't know what religion teaching him, because it was not really religion, right? People are generally, in Kali Yuga, irreligion is considered as religion, and religion is considered as irreligion. So, many people slaughter animals and they think it is very religious. Right? They slaughter animals in the temple of Kali and they think we are doing very great thing. Right? So, irreligion is considered as religion. And religion is considered, and what is real thing is considered, this is not good, this is irreligion. So that is how they were also thinking like that, maybe. People are generally preoccupied with these three concerns without interest in the path of liberation. So people follow religion because they want economic development, and economic development will help them to, if you have money, then you can do sense gratification nicely. So, Hiranyakashipu, the father of Prahlad Maharaj, was simply interested in gold and sense enjoyment. The word Hiranya means gold and Kashipu refers to soft cushions and bedding on which people enjoy sense gratification. So he was very interested in wealth and sense gratification. The word Prahlad, however, refers to one who is always joyful in understanding Brahman. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Prahlad, however, refers to one who is always joyful in understanding Brahman. Prahlad means Prasannatma, always joyful, or one who gives pleasure, like that. Lad is like, pra means very strongly. So he was always joyful. Prahlad was always joyful in worshipping the Lord. And this verse is saying that, when your material desires go away, then you become joyful. You become very light-headed, right? All the burden is lifted on the head. Yeah, I have nothing to gain, nothing to lose in this material world. I'm just passing through. So, no hankering, no lamentation. You come to that platform. My only business is to serve Krishna. That's it. I don't want anything. So, all these material desires that you have, so you have to now see, you have to make arrangements and see whether these material desires will be fulfilled, how to fulfill this material desire, and all these things. So, but if you are free from material desires, you are very joyful. The other thing is that we think by indulging in our material desires will become joyful, but it's contrary, right? The more you become free, bhukti, mukti, siddhi, kami, sakala, ashanta. Krishna bhakta nishkam ateva shanta. Of course, we cannot be free from desires, but if we have only Krishna conscious desires, then we will be very joyful. So, it's all the other things that make us not joyful. So, Prahlad means prasannatma, always joyful. Prahlad was always joyful in worshipping the Lord, but in accordance with the instructions of Hiranyakashipu. The teachers were interested in teaching him about material things. Yeah, like Keshav Maharaj in his books, John Lennon, right? His quotes that they asked him, uh, "What do you want to become, right, when you grow up?" And then he said, "What did he say? I
And
want to
be
Happy.
happy.
I want to become happy." And then they said, "You didn't understand the question. What do you want to become when you grow up?" He said, "I want to become happy." And they didn't understand. And he was saying, "Yeah,
They,
they don't understand what I am saying.
no, they didn't understand life.
They don't understand life." Yes. So, life is meant for happiness. Right? Prabhupada said, right? What is the goal of life? Goal of life is to become happy. Yeah, they said that you don't understand life, and like something like that. What is the exact? He says, yeah, you don't understand life. Something. Anyway, the point is that people think you have to become engineer, you have to become doctor, you have to be, but actually you want all that because you want happiness, right? So the goal of life is ultimately to become happy. It's not about yeah becoming this or that. The goal of life, and happiness can be achieved in a very easy way by becoming Krishna conscious. You can become happy. Not that you have to get all the things of this world and then only you can become happy. You know, actually, then you may not be even happy after getting all this because greed is such thing, right? You never get satisfied, and you lose. And material things don't always go right, right? Sometimes it goes this way, sometimes it goes this way. So our happiness also is not steady. We may get a lot of money, then we may lose money. All these things can happen. Wars can start. We can be displaced from our very comfortable situation, right? So, so that's not the way to become happy. That is just for sustenance, yeah. So let's see what is said here. The chat, I'm not looking. Yeah. Is it background noise is coming again?
Yes.
Yes.
I just see that. Okay, so maybe I stop YouTube. Somebody is there. Stop it.